Oh, dude.
What's up, bro?
Man. Feels good to be back.
It sure does, dude. Week 4.
Yeah,
what are we doing?
big
Like,
facts.
come on.
Big facts.
How you been?
I've been good. I've been a little stressed, but this
Yeah.
relaxes me a little bit.
Good.
Yeah, facts.
I've been stressed,
how you
too.
been? Yeah? Stressed?
Yeah. I've been trying to get my pyramid scheme off the ground. Up and running.
Oh, pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
Explain.
Yeah.
Details?
Well, so you know, like, the shape of a pyramid, it's like a triangle.
Right, yeah.
Basically, like, I'm at the top,
Mm.
right? And I just find, like, a bunch of people, like, below me to
Right.
basically do my bidding. And so then those people find people to do their bidding, and it just kind of keeps on going. But what's hard about a pyramid scheme is that you have to, like, find people that are gullible enough to, like,
Right.
do it.
Exactly.
So, you know, I've been looking pretty much, like, you know, bowling alleys, like, you know, Barnes and Nobles, just finding desperate people to, like, sell my product.
No, absolutely.
Ask me what my
Absolutely.
product is.
What is your product?
Aged cottage cheese.
Aged cottage cheese.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a question for you.
What's up?
Is cottage cheese not already aged?
That's the thing. It's, like, aged again.
Oh.
It's like refried beans,
Right.
but it's, like, re-aged cottage cheese.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
No one's buying it.
Yeah.
It's not working well.
Yeah. And,
So.
and with that, cue the soldier.
5 seconds. We did a great job. Gives it to Checkins. He got it.
All right. All right.
Yo, Takes Over Breaks, episode 4.
Yeah, big facts. This is.
We're veterans at this point.
Yeah, I mean, we've been veterans, but like, you know how it goes.
This is just what we do now.
Exactly.
Dude, we're podcast guys now.
We are the podcast guys now. That's kind of crazy.
You know what's awesome about that?
What?
Is, like, before this, I always thought podcast guys were, like, straight douches. They're just, like, the douchiest people ever.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. No.
You know,
Yeah,
you
I mean,
just-
we are douches.
We are, but
like,
now we're podcast douches.
right.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
Like, before that, we were just, like, I mean, yeah, we're, like, YouTube guys.
Right.
But now we're YouTube and podcast guys. Like, the most obnoxious type of guy you can be. Not only obsessed with your
Absolutely.
own voice, but with your own, like, image, too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what else is obnoxious?
What's obnoxious?
J.J. Watt not knowing where he wants to go, but it's solved now.
It is solved.
He's headed to the Arizona Cardinals
Oh, my God.
on a pretty hefty contract.
A lot
Yeah.
of money.
Yeah. Facts.
You know what I loved about that?
What?
Was, like, before he actually signed with the Cardinals, everybody was, like, trying to guess where he was going to go.
Mm-hmm.
So they were breaking it down, dude. They were doing the X-Files conspiracy stuff.
Right.
You know, verbal meme. You know that thing where the guy's, like, attaching all the strings to the board and he's, like,
Yes.
tying them all together and it's like this?
Yes.
That's exactly what people were doing with J.J. Watt.
Mhm.
With every single social media post that he put out,
Yeah.
people were trying to figure out where he was going to go.
Exactly. Yeah.
One of my favorites is that he was doing front squats, and he had 315 pounds, okay,
Yeah.
on the bar. 315, Buffalo area code, New York.
Interesting.
J.J. Watt was
Yo,
supposed to
hey.
go to the Buffalo Bills.
Right. That's crazy. Yeah.
He was.
Man.
But I think he didn't go because somebody cracked the code. And he's like, well, I can't just prove them right now,
Exactly.
you know?
Facts. So Arizona Cardinals it is. What was the contract?
Yeah, contract. We have guaranteed at signing $20 million. Total guarantees $23 million. Total value 2 years $28 million. And that's for a 32-year-old J.J. Watt coming off a season where I think he put up 6 sacks.
That's a pretty hefty contract, to be honest.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
Hey, why do you think he signed there?
Oh, could it possibly be because of like previous teammates or, you know?
Coaches, the money.
Yeah, yeah. It sounds like Arizona was literally in competition with themselves. I mean, they were just bidding over themselves. Every
Oh,
time.
that is so funny, dude. You're 100% right, too.
Yeah,
The only other team that I knew was anywhere close to that or was rumored to be was the Cleveland Browns.
yeah,
So one of them was going to give J.J. Watt a ton of money.
right. Yeah, and he's gonna go where the money is. That's for sure. I mean, he likes to play football, so wherever he's gonna play, I mean, if
That's
he's
a hot
making money,
take.
if he's
He likes
making
to
money,
play football.
Yeah, I know.
You
yeah.
can't say that for a lot of guys. Dude.
Yeah, no, I know for sure. Like you know, Russell Wilson, like
Yeah.
you know, he's surf. He likes to play football or not.
He
but
just
he's-
likes to bitch.
Yeah, facts,
lot.
Facts.
It's like, okay, dude, we get it. You're sacked a lot. Like, come on. You get to go home to Sierra, dude.
Facts.
If I got to go
bro.
home to Sierra, my complaints would
Absolutely.
be non-existent.
Absolutely.
Although he does have to beef with Future, so that kind of sucks because Future's like notoriously like one of the all-time beefers.
Oh yeah, Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I heard that song that they made together, Sierra and Future. That was like a very, very sexy song.
When did they make? Oh, when they were still together.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so is that one of those? I think that's one of those songs that like wherever Russ goes on the road, they just play it.
Right.
Because I've seen them play like Future songs before.
Yeah, no, facts.
That's
yeah.
got to be tough.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Should we rotate into actual Russell Wilson news?
Yeah, let's do it.
And the Seahawks, who are now fielding offers for Russ. I don't think they've made any calls, but they are accepting them now.
Right.
Give us your take, Jack.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of crazy how contentious the situation has gotten. Because let's compare it, for a minute to the Houston Texans situation with Deshaun Watson. The Houston Texans and their, cult leader, Jack Easterby, they're not even picking up the phone.
Yeah, right.
To hear these offers. They are set on keeping Deshaun Watson.
Right.
And they have fostered a way worse situation than Seattle, by all accounts.
Absolutely.
So the Seahawks, the real issue there is that Pete Carroll has all the power. And in the modern NFL landscape, I'll say even modern sports athletics landscape, the players are more empowered than ever before.
Right.
Okay?
Exactly.
So the players are seeing each other get more and more say in how the team is run, even some personnel aspects.
Right.
Look at Tom Brady. He pretty much single-handedly got Antonio Brown, Leonard Fournette, Rob Gronkowski.
Yeah, out of retirement. Right.
He got all these people to come there with him.
Right.
And he got a franchise to listen to him. And Russell Wilson wanted to get Antonio Brown in the fold, and Seattle, I don't really think they listened to him. It's just an example of the difference that's going on here. Tom Brady goes to a new team. Obviously, they're going to do whatever it takes to kind of surround him to make him feel wanted because otherwise he's just going to leave.
Right.
Seattle, they're doing things their own way, and it's led to a situation where Russell Wilson wants more say. He's not getting it. Seattle's upset with how he's been handling it.
Yep.
We'll have to see where this goes.
Yep, absolutely. And I think that it's it's interesting because obviously there's a few things that the teams want to win and players want to win. And I know Russ wants to win as well, but he's not being put in a position where he's going to have any longevity. He keeps getting hit like this. You know what I mean? I mean, he's a really good quarterback, one of the best. But like, you're not going to have you want to be able to speak for yourself when it comes to terms of making your future and providing for your future. So I mean, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Especially kind of tying back to Sierra's ex. But yeah, continue.
Yeah, and I just wanted to make one point
Go
here.
ahead.
You said he wants to win. Yeah, but I think he's pretty well aware of the fact that he's not always going to win, like a lot of these quarterbacks.
Yeah, of course.
And when you're not always winning, it's a lot easier to not always be winning in, say, Tampa Bay than in Seattle.
Right.
So people don't consider that a lot.
Exactly.
In Seattle, there's Starbucks, there's rain.
Right.
That's about it.
Right, yeah, it's some stupid Space Needle. I don't know. That's about it.
In Tampa Bay, there's always some dude jumping into an alligator enclosure, getting his throat ripped out. The news is basically the funniest program you can watch on TV. There's just a difference sometimes with where a team is located.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Everybody talks about big market, small market teams.
Absolutely.
But think about it. The Orlando Magic are a small market team, but a lot of people, I guarantee, would rather live and play for the Magic than, say, the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Right.
You know?
Exactly. Or the Utah Jazz.
Exactly.
Yeah, according to LeBron. So, anyways, we'll go back to that later. On this topic of, however, funny topics, Baker Mayfield.
Yeah. Wait, will you read the tweet?
That he saw a UFO. Let me pull up the tweet here. All right. This is, and I quote, from Baker Mayfield's Twitter. Almost 100%. M and I just saw a UFO drop straight out of the sky on our way home from dinner. We stopped and looked at each other and asked if either of us saw it. Very bright ball of light going straight down out of the sky towards Lake Travis. Anybody else witness this?
This is an awesome story.
This is a great story.
For a lot. So we're going to break this down. We're going to go
absolutely.
very in-depth into this.
Let's go. Yeah, let's do it.
So first thing, I'm going to give you my theory on this whole situation.
Yep.
And then we'll get into some of the internet and what they're saying about it. My theory is, so he said him and M. M is his wife. So I think this is actually code for me and my wife, so Baker, my wife, we just did ayahuasca behind an Outback Steakhouse, and we are fucking tweaking off our asses right now. And we just saw a Ford F-150 with its brights on go by Pretty sure it's a UFO. That's what I think happened. Okay.
Holy shit. Oh my god. Dog. I think one of the best replies, and there are plenty of, it's Twitter, let's be honest here.
Yeah.
The whole comment section is probably filled. But it came from McNeil, who, I don't know who McNeil is, do you?
No.
Okay. It looks like it's a popular sports commentator. It says, I just don't like my franchise quarterback having alien encounters in the offseason. You know where you don't have UFO sightings? The film room. Who do you think you don't hear? Why do you think you don't hear Tom Brady going X-Files? He's watching tape. I mean, come on, Baker. I mean, I don't know how to put it.
And there's a picture of Colin Cowherd.
And there's a picture of Colin Cowherd.
Another verbal meme. The funny thing about that is Cowherd actually did like a segment on it, and he said something to the effect of that Tom Brady has never seen an alien, but that Aaron Rodgers has. And he was basically he doesn't like Aaron Rodgers.
Okay.
So he was kind of putting Baker in this category with Rodgers, which, by the way, it's a pretty good place to be.
Yep, absolutely.
However, he was kind of making that point, and then Brady came back and he said, how do you know that I haven't seen an alien, Cowherd? And then Baker responded to that. He said, Tom, you're so old that you've seen a lot, I'm sure. Something to that effect.
What? Was Tom not backing Baker up? And then Baker was just like, you're old, stop.
No, Baker's just like a rabid dog, like within the ring, just getting poked. And at this point, he's just turning on anybody.
What? That's hilarious.
Yeah,
the whole situation is very funny. I don't know. Baker had a pretty good season.
Oh, my God. And by the way, so after Cowherd's show where he brought that up,
the
next day he brought on Neil deGrasse Tyson to talk about UFOs for like 10 minutes.
All right. Well,
this has the sports world in shock right now. This is the top story, or one of them at least.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
What do you think? Do you believe in aliens? And if not, why are you a dumbass?
It's funny because I'm actually taking an aliens class right now, and I have my notes, but I also have my alien notes from Lecture 5 over here.
Yeah.
And it specifically says, if you believe in aliens, you're a dumbass. Hop off the bandwagon.
That's what your actual class taught you?
No, that's what I was making up. But aliens, it's an interesting topic, and I don't really,
You don't want to, because I'd be.
Go ahead, yeah, absolutely.
Do you want to have like a whole debate on it?
No, we could.
Okay.
I don't know how much time we have.
Okay. Well, we'll circle back.
Okay.
To that.
Okay. Facts.
Yeah.
Or you can go now. Just go ahead. Yeah, I'll debate your topics.
That's okay. I feel like I'm kind of outclassed right now in your expertise.
My expertise.
Yeah, I mean you're taking a class on it.
I mean, yeah.
You want to know what I think?
Go ahead. I do want to know what you think.
Real quickly here. Okay, I'll tell you this. So people think that there's this theory that aliens have been here and they've crashed their UFOs. What makes you think that aliens could travel from some faraway place in the universe, but upon getting here, so they could travel light years and light years to the universe, but upon getting to planet Earth, that's when they start driving like a soccer mom in a Honda minivan, and they immediately just sent it into the side of the road to crash.
No, facts. That makes a lot of
sense. By
the
way, only revealing themselves to the U.S. military.
Right, exactly.
Of all people.
Yeah, no, right. It's like the flat earthers. It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even bring them up, dude. We don't even want to acknowledge
That's
them.
a good point. Yeah, let's move on.
We're looking at you, Kyrie.
Oh, fuck. Speaking of Kyrie, an all-star team. So let's make a hard pivot to the NBA. The AllStar Break is upon us, and LeBron and KD just picked their teams. LeBron's first pick was Giannis, and KD's first pick was Kyrie, which is kind of interesting. I think he could have picked another better person, but Kyrie is his teammate.
Yeah.
So let's go through this. Do you have the picks or not?
I don't have them right in front of me.
But, yeah, we could.
Do you?
No.
Okay.
I don't
well, I know LeBron picked Giannis first, and then KD obviously picked Kyrie, then LeBron picked Steph, and then KD came back and picked Joel Embiid.
Correct.
So, I don't.
I'm going to be honest with you. The LeBron team is going to destroy them.
Well, yeah. I mean, here's the issue. First of all, KD's team is lacking KD. So that's issue number one.
Exactly. That's the first big problem.
So then, that's one thing. And then he picks Devin Booker. as his first bench pick or whatever.
Yeah.
But then Booker's hurt now, so he's getting replaced by Mike Conley.
Mm-hmm.
And if LeBron knows what he's talking about, then anybody that plays for the Utah Jazz is just dog water. Like,
right.
it doesn't,
for some reason,
doesn't even matter.
Yeah. Which they were the last 2 picks.
They were.
believe. Or I guess 3, really.
Which,
'Cause
that's kind of messed up.
It kind of
I'm
is.
not going to lie to you.
Donovan Mitchell's been having a year.
Domantas Sabonis
Come on now. What are we doing?
over Donovan Mitchell.
What are we doing? What are we
Ben
doing?
Simmons? Ben Simmons?
Nah, we're not doing that, bro. It's
The only thing Ben Simmons is better at doing than Donovan Mitchell is hooking up with Kardashians. Like, I'm going to keep it real with you.
But, as an interesting point, real quick, before we move on, is that this is just giving Donovan Mitchell another reason to be mad and run through everybody in the West. Because let's be real, right now, it's looking really good for him and the Utah Jazz, which is just still blowing me away that they're winning so many games.
Yeah.
Donovan Mitchell has already been shit-talked by announcers and by Twitter and by just pretty much everyone in general.
Yeah, why does Shaq hate him?
I don't know why Shaq hates him, to be quite
Shaq
honest.
has beef with Donovan Mitchell.
Somehow.
Is that not weird to anybody else?
That's really weird, because, he's good.
Shaq's a weirdo, dude.
Shaq is a weirdo. But my point being is that now you've been shit-talked by Shaq on national television, a retired Gump. and then you're being shit-talked by...
Who the fuck is Shaquille O'Neal, dude? I've never heard of this guy before.
Now you're being shit-talked by LeBum on national television, talking about no one is going to pick the Utah Jazz ever. It doesn't matter that they play for the Utah Jazz. It's Donovan fucking Mitchell.
Oh, did you hear LeBron's take as to why nobody likes
yes,
Utah Jazz?
I did.
Because nobody picks them in 2K? What are you even talking about,
What are you
dude?
saying, bro? Just because Malone played for them, even if Malone played for them, we still wouldn't pick them. If Malone's on my team, bro, I'm going to pick them. It doesn't matter. Wait, what?
Yeah, who is this we that you're talking about, dude? Because it's not everybody else. It's exclusively you.
Facts, bro. Oh, my gosh. Utah's a weird state. Let's be real.
Nobody likes Utah.
But it doesn't mean that they don't like Donovan.
Right.
Exactly.
I love Donovan Mitchell.
Me too. So, anyways, a really weird All-Star situation going on. Not just with... It seems like COVID's less affected the All-Star situation than actual injuries have.
Yeah.
Which sucks. Let's be real. But this is how it is. And we'll watch the All-Star game, I'm sure. And we'll see what happens.
Yeah. I can't wait to watch people throw up 100 threes, not play a lick of defense.
Facts.
Miss 50 dunks.
Facts.
It's
Speaking
just
of dunks,
the best
the
game
halftime
of the
show.
year. Oh, my God.
The halftime show. That's the dunk contest this year. And why the fuck is Zion Williamson not in the dunk contest?
I'll tell you why. Dwayne Wade killed the dunk contest last year.
Yeah, he probably did.
He single-handedly killed the dunk contest. You had this great thing. Dwayne Wade judges it for 1 year. Boom, it's dead. How?
Damn.
And you know what? It's always been entertaining, even when I don't necessarily agree with the outcome. By the way, last year I actually agreed with the outcome. I thought, what's the kid's name?
Oh.
He played for the Heat, now he plays for the Blazers.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Derek Jones.
Derek Jones, yep.
All right, so he beat Aaron Gordon.
Right,
Everybody
yep.
loves Aaron Gordon.
Yep.
Whatever. Well, so then Aaron Gordon decided he was never going to do it again. Zion Williamson decided he was not going to do it. So this year we're left with Anthony Simons, Cassius Stanley, and Obi Toppin.
Yeah, that's an interesting lineup.
Not Obi Trice.
No, right.
Obi Toppin.
Obi Toppin. Yeah. Yeah. Nah, I don't know. People have been complaining about All-Star stuff all year. Why are we even having it? Blah, blah, blah. So it's going to be interesting. I never, have been paid much attention to the All-Star game anyway. It's not like it matters. It's just kind of fun, And plus there's no fans this year. So, that's what it's really for. Let's be honest. More important is midseason check-ins. Just All-Stars. I think it's still Joel Embiid. I know it's still Joel Embiid.
Yeah.
I still think that Defensive Player of the Year is Rudy Gobert. That's just my take. Who would be runner-up in this All-Star conversation right now?
For the MVP award, you mean?
Yeah, sorry. MVP, not All-Star. Yeah.
Right now, the NBA ladder's got Jokic over Bron.
Interesting.
So Bron dropped from first to third, I guess, in the past couple weeks. And I agree with that. I mean, I think Jokic is having a great season. It's 28 points. He's got 10 triple-doubles, something like that. Yeah. Putting up great numbers. Leading his team in assists, I think rebounds.
Yep.
So that's pretty great.
Yeah.
But, however, if I was LeBron James and I'm 36 years old and I look like a Greek god, okay?
Right.
And this dude, Nikola Jokic, who looks like a sack of custard, grew limbs is out there and he's ahead of me in the MVP voting. Like,
just playing better than him in general. Let's be real. I mean, like he's
dude. I'm seeking therapy.
Right.
Like,
No,
I
absolutely.
need mental help at this point.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It sucks, bro. And Jokic is a beast. We all acknowledge
I
that.
keep dropping my pencil.
You're struggling.
I'm struggling right now. All right, I'm back.
You're so professional.
I know. This is crazy.
Yes. Jokic over Braun for MVP right now.
Mm-hmm.
Look out for Damian Lillard. Damian Lillard is putting up numbers. Pretty soon here, he's going to be in the top 3.
He is shooting over 60% in clutch situations in every field. 2 points, 3 points. Field
Yeah.
goal. He's 100% from free throws in the clutch situations right now.
Yeah, he was awful in that game against the Warriors the other night
And then
until
he
there was
just
like 5 minutes
turned it
left.
on.
And he's like...
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. All right.
Real quick, I don't think I told you about this, but I wanted to talk about Blake Griffin real quick.
Okay.
As an NBA topic.
Yeah.
Because he got bought out by the
Right.
Pistons. By the way, have I mentioned that I hate the Pistons?
Yeah, a couple times. I think we all just, like, it's a consensus now.
Cool. Yeah, I hate the Pistons.
Yeah, so do I.
They're horrible. I'm ashamed to be from the state of Michigan
Kind of.
when looking at our sports franchises.
Yeah.
We gave Blake Griffin so much money when he came over from the Clippers. We traded for Blake Griffin.
Right.
We traded Tobias Harris, a couple other pieces. So we have Blake Griffin. Then Blake Griffin gets old.
Yeah.
Gets bad knees. We got to trade Blake Griffin. Except for the fact that we gave him this horrible contract, and nobody wants to take it on. So then we have to buy him out.
Right.
So guess where Blake Griffin's going to go now?
Tell me. Inform me.
The word around the NBA is that Blake Griffin is going to go to the Nets.
The Nets. Excellent.
And that's a great pickup for them.
Absolutely.
They need a little bit of size on that team
They do.
to come off the bench.
They
Just
do.
give them a spark.
Mm-hmm.
They don't
Most
need
definitely.
they don't need anything crazy. They got plenty of scoring.
Exactly.
They got plenty of everything. They just
Exactly.
need a little size.
Exactly.
He fits in perfectly there. He's a championship piece for the right team.
I agree.
It's so sad
It is sad.
to be a Pistons fan.
It is. It is.
By the way,
Yeah, go ahead.
real quick, on a lighter note, the Mavs, I saw a stat today, have done over 20,000 Dogecoin transactions
Wow.
because they're selling like their merch now. You can pay with Dogecoin or whatever.
Right.
So they are basically trying to manipulate the market to send Dogecoin to the moon. So we're not financial advisors. However,
Elon's doing it. Now the Mavs are doing it. Hey,
if all the cool kids are doing something,
you should definitely do it.
you should do it.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
That's what I did with crystal meth.
Yeah. Facts. I remember that.
And
phase.
Yeah, my meth phase.
Yeah.
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 Meth head has such a negative connotation.
It's pretty late, actually.
It is.
Let's so every week we do the Jis Camp Memorial Lookout Award of the week. I got it right that time.
No, I think you choked that.
I choked it.
I think so.
Lookout 4 Award of the week.
That's right.
Shit. I forgot the 4. All right. I made this acronym. It's not. I didn't make the acronym. It's just the acronym.
Yeah.
The Jim La Fatale.
The Jim La Fatale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does not spell anything like that.
It sounds
but
French.
It's.
French for clusterfuck of a segment.
Who is your Jis Camp Memorial Lookout for Award of the week, Jack?
Okay, I actually have a couple this week.
Okay, go ahead.
I have
Let's
two.
run it.
So you're gonna have to let me get through this.
All good.
My first Jizz Hornkamp Memorial Lookout for Award of the Week nomination is Twitter interactions.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, so specifically between Jeff Bezos and Dan Snyder.
Okay.
Which is the anime beef that we all needed.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
Give us the situation.
Yeah, if you're not aware, Dan Snyder is the owner of the Washington football team, previously the Washington Redskins. So everybody hates Dan Snyder.
Yeah.
He is kind of known as one of the worst owners in the NFL.
Yeah.
And so he's got this really negative image out there.
Mm-hmm.
And so Jeff Bezos allegedly is paying people news outlets to write hit pieces on Dan Snyder to get Dan Snyder to sell the team. Because Jeff Bezos wants to get a team in the NFL.
If you don't know who Jeff Bezos is, look it up.
Everybody knows who Jeff
Everyone
Bezos
knows, but
is.
you should. Yeah.
Speaking of aliens, Jeff Bezos is definitely an alien.
Oh, absolutely. But let's continue.
So he's been beefing with Dan Snyder. So now Dan Snyder he's trying to out Jeff Bezos. So now Dan Snyder is basically botting interactions on his Twitter or on football team Twitter stuff.
Right.
So he's got all these like accounts that are basically saying how great the Washington football team is and how awesome the organization is. But now people are finding out that it was Dan Snyder who was botting all this. This billionaire owner is botting Twitter interactions.
Bro.
So this is a huge like court battle between Jeff Bezos and Dan Snyder over this Twitter war that they started.
Dude. What?
How awesome is that?
That's so lit.
Okay.
That should be a documentary.
Oh, in itself, 100%.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me where you can get this anywhere else in the world. We have two of the richest people in the country beefing on Twitter.
Right.
Russia could never.
No.
These people would just be axed immediately. They'd be gone from society.
Exactly.
This could never happen in China. They don't have social media.
Yeah.
So this is
literally
this is what makes America great.
This is
okay?
exactly
Twitter beef.
Facts. Absolutely.
Jeff Bezos, Dan Snyder. Look
What's
out
your
for
second
that.
one?
My second one is full moons.
Okay.
So look out for full moons. So this is a breaking story, actually. A guy in Seattle stood naked on top of a Krispy Kreme sign. And there are some amazing pictures of the situation. Cops were called. The whole police department basically was there surrounding this man.
Dog.
So look out for full moons. If you're in the Seattle area, the Seattle-Tacoma area of Washington.
Right. Facts. Okay.
I think this is a bad omen for Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks.
I think so too.
You know how they always say like the most murders or whatever happen on full moons?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
they got double that power right now. So I just don't think this is gonna end well. I think this is gonna single-handedly murder the Seattle Seahawks franchise. So look out for full moons. Those are my two nominees.
All right.
What do you got?
I'm gonna say it again. Jizz Hornkamp Memorial Look Out for Award of the Week. Transitions us into college basketball and the Texas Longhorns. Jericho Sims. Okay, now hear me out here. Jericho Sims, 6'10", 245. Excuse me. So you're looking your Kofi Coburn type beat.
Kofi Cockburn?
Yeah. Yes. He's not as good at scoring as Kofi Coburn. He averages 8.5 points a game. But this man is an absolute animal on the glass and on the defensive end. And I'll tell you what.
You said he's an animal on the ass?
A glass, I said.
On the ass.
Right, no. Let me continue before you take this somewhere it's not supposed to go.
I'm going to put it exactly where it needs to go.
With Aaron Jones, Matt Coleman III. Texas was a really, really good team. Jericho Sims brings it all together. And they just beat a really good Oklahoma team on Thursday, which will inevitably move them up probably near top 10, and probably 11, I would imagine. Okay, they were 15, now they'll probably be 11 with it, another win here. Look out for them. Look out for Jericho Sims as he goes through the Big 12 tournament and the NCAA tournament, because they will be there, and they are going to go a long ways. Jericho Sims. My look out for Award of the Week nomination.
I like that.
Yeah.
Look out for Jericho Sims on that ass.
Yes, on that ass. Right. And so, again, kind of spoke about it a little bit. Texas team, very, very good. I have a hot take about them later.
Okay.
But they beat a very good Oklahoma team in a very good game. They were up for a while. Oklahoma came back. Texas ended up winning. But again, it was probably, if Ohio State, Michigan wasn't the best game of the year, this probably was.
Yeah.
And they just have a really, really solid basketball team. Just some very nice pieces in there. Both those teams, honestly, could be Elite Eight teams, depending on where they end up. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. No, very, very interesting situation down there in the Big 12. Go ahead, Jack.
Yes. Okay.
Let's talk about Kansas.
I'm super excited about this.
Let's talk about Kansas.
Kansas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
The best team in college basketball.
Okay.
According to me.
You're right.
This is me.
Yeah.
Saying this. This is unbiased opinion.
Real. Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
this
thanks.
is real. So the other day they were playing UTEP, University of Texas El Paso.
Yep.
One of the powerhouses, the great teams, the great schools in college basketball. Contender every year.
Yes.
How many natties do they have? I can't even count.
Yeah.
Okay. This is University of Texas
there
El
are
Paso.
none, but yes.
You know
a point. Exactly.
So. You know the thing, dude. UTEP, okay?
Yeah.
They were up by 15.
Mm-hmm.
And Kansas scored like 20 points in the first half. And everyone's like, oh, Kansas is dead.
Right.
Kansas sucks.
Yep.
Kansas licks feet. Like,
Yeah, right.
you fucking suck, dude. So Kansas came back. They beat UTEP, okay?
Yeah,
This is one of the
thanks.
biggest, I think it was the biggest home comeback for Kansas under Bill Self.
Yeah.
By the way, Bill Self, okay, we were told that Coach K was one of the greatest coaches of all time. Where is Duke this year?
Facts.
Bill Self, according to me, and everybody else out there, I'm speaking for the people.
Yeah.
Bill Self is a better coach than Coach K.
Okay.
Also, Eric Musselman for the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Okay.
Coach K, he's all right.
He's all right.
He's a C-tier coach.
Yeah.
He's got a cool name.
Right.
Kind of.
Right.
It kind of sounds like Mike Wazowski. So people are like, oh, Coach K. Nobody can even pronounce it, dude. Overrated. Their mascot sucks, too.
Let's stay
Jayhawks.
on. Let's stay on.
It's a better mascot.
Definitely.
Not even debatable.
Blue Devils. Yeah.
What is
Jayhawks,
that?
Blue Devils. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that is.
Plural?
Right.
More than one devil?
Right. False.
What is that?
False
This
information.
is Alcoholics Anonymous?
Let's stay on the
I have to
topic
deal
of
with
Big
my
12.
devils.
Let's go back to Big 12. Baylor is a very good team, apparently. We've been finding this out all year. And when they lost, no, did they lose? Yes, they did.
To Kansas.
To Kansas. Right, that's why
To
Kansas is
Kansas.
the best team in the nation, apparently. They dropped to number 3 for the first time since before the preseason. So, since the first time since last year, they've been number 2 in the preseason poll and the poll all year. Baylor drops out. I don't think this matters, to be completely honest with you. They're still going to be a 1 seed. They are still probably going to make the Final Four. Baylor came off a 17-day COVID pause. And unlike Michigan, who had a week to practice before they came back, only had 2 days and then struggled to win against I forget who it was, but it wasn't a ranked team. But they were struggling a little bit. They ended up winning, regardless. Baylor's still a good team. Let's be honest here. The Big 12 tournament, if you're watching any conference tournaments this year,
Big 10 and Big 12.
Big 10 and Big 12. And that's the way it's looking like in the bracket right now, too. We're going to keep transitioning, okay? Big 12 and the tournament.
Yeah.
You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams that probably will make the tournament this year.
Yeah.
That's Baylor through Oklahoma. In between them, West Virginia, Kansas, Texas, Oklahoma State, who has lost Kate Cunningham, and Texas Tech. All teams that are very, very good. And somehow Oklahoma is ranked 7th in that division and will probably make the tournament. And like I said, it has a really good chance of making the Elite Eight. I think they're a better team than a lot of these
Oklahoma
teams.
definitely makes the tournament. They were just 15th the other day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Right? Big 12, I mean, yeah, the Big 12 has been talked about all year for good reason, let's be honest. But the Big 12 is not a conference that you want to just take lightly. They are easily the second best conference this year, without a doubt in my mind. Anyways.
No, I agree with that.
They've lost. Baylor is back. Baylor basketball is what we thought it was going to be before the COVID pause. It's going to continue to be that during this next break. Ooh. Ooh.
We're going to have to take a brief pause. Yeah.
Where was I? Think about talking about the Big 12, right?
I think so.
Something about Baylor being back. They're back.
I don't know.
Let's be real.
Baylor is back.
Baylor's back. Another big conference. See what I did there?
That was good.
Big 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, Big 10. There are more than 10 teams in the Big 10. Kind of confusing to me, to be honest. But Michigan wins the Big 10. Still a top. It's top for the regular season. Pretty interesting, actually. They took a big L to Illinois without Io DeSumo. Then came back and whooped some Michigan State butt. Michigan State team was very hot.
Yeah.
For real. Anyways, Michigan wins the Big 10. No real surprise. We thought they were going to have to lose out, and some team was going to have to win out. And very not likely that Michigan didn't win the Big 10 this year. Big 10 tournament, another interesting tournament to watch, especially with, again, a hot Michigan State team trying to get into the tournament. And teams like Illinois, Ohio State, Iowa, Wisconsin, Purdue even. Purdue will probably be another 4 seed in the tournament. Big 10 is hot, just like the Big 12. Very interesting this year to not see some teams that we normally see, like UNC and Duke, to be 2 names. Anyways.
Definitely. And the Big Ten tournament is it has that added level of intrigue, especially after Illinois made Michigan hold their pocket.
Right, pretty much. Yeah.
Without their best player.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I was sitting on the couch just dumbstruck. I was dumbfounded about what was going on. But, yeah.
To tell you what, if Io DeSuma comes back, it's going to be – because Michigan's not going to play that bad, I don't think, when they inevitably play again.
Right.
However, Michigan's going to they're going to have to be on their shit.
Oh, absolutely. And they do. And every team does, to be quite honest. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a cool tournament.
Absolutely.
It's going to, in a lot of ways, preview some of the NCAA tournament stuff because the Big Ten, like you said, the Big 12, these are going to be the major players in the big tournament with Gonzaga notwithstanding. I think the other Final Four teams pretty much are going to come from those two conferences.
Yep, absolutely. You might see an Alabama team sneak in there.
Yep.
Maybe, but everything else pretty much is looking like Elite Eight, some combination of Gonzaga, Big 10, Big 12, Alabama. That's my prediction right now. And Villanova, a team who might have been in that Elite Eight conversation.
You kind of fucked their season. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I kind of did.
As soon as you talked about them,
they just went downhill.
It did.
It did.
They hit the iceberg like the Titanic. They went right down.
Yep.
So I think they can trace that back to you.
Yeah, absolutely. Now their anchor has completely fallen off.
Yeah.
And Colin Gillespie,
Yeah.
Out for the season with an MCL injury. He's their best player. They need him to win. You still rank them based off of what they've done and where they're at now in these tournaments going in. But again, it's going to be when you're putting Nova in your bracket, beware that if they face a Big 10 or Big 12 team, they're not going to win. And most likely they are going to go out early in the bracket this year. Unfortunately. It's unfortunate to talk about because they had they didn't have a great season, but they have a good season compared to what they had some potential.
Do you remember a couple years ago when Virginia they had a 1 seed and they lost their best player?
Yes.
And they ended up getting beat by the 16 seed?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in a lot of ways it reminds me of that.
Absolutely.
Villanova never hit the peaks that Virginia did.
No.
But I think in a lot of ways it really does harken back to that kind of situation where sometimes this goes for not just college basketball, but for NBA basketball, for a lot of sports in general. Seasons can be grueling, and what determines who is going to come out on top at the end of a season can a lot of times be who's playing the hottest at that time of year and who's healthiest.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
This plays a factor every year. We talk about it. We talked about it last week when it came to the NBA. How far we thought some of these teams could go. A lot of it depended on health.
Most definitely.
So
most definitely,
it's an important consideration.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And yeah, it is unfortunate. But college basketball is so competitive that if you are not, and sometimes it is unhelpable, Yeah. Sometimes it's just the way the cookie crumbles.
And so I know we were going to talk about some of the Final Four predictions, but I think we kind of, hit that already.
Most definitely.
One topic that I wanted to talk about before we get to some of our hot take stuff to wrap it up is Skip Bayless.
Skip Bayless.
Yeah. And
Skip. I'm
not trolling here because this is actually really interesting. So I was doing a little research before the podcast.
Oh, yeah. No, all good.
And Fox Sports gave him a new contract.
Mm-hmm.
It's 4 years. It looks like it's 4 years for $32 million. It's an extension, kind of $8 million a year.
Mm-hmm.
It keeps it in line with Stephen A., what he's making over at ESPN. Now, the interesting thing about this is that ESPN was giving him They had an offer on the table for Skip, and it was comparable money. And the idea was that they were going to put Skip back on a show with Stephen A.
Okay.
Back on ESPN+.
Right.
So that would have been really interesting because those are two of the biggest personalities this side of me and Noah.
Yeah.
In the sports talk.
Yeah, I mean, we're at the top alone.
Yeah.
But everyone else is like right there,
So we're S tier.
Right.
They're like A tier.
Right, correct.
Yeah, and then everybody else kind of falls below them.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it would have been a huge get for ESPN. And so I think it's really funny that there are these like bidding wars going on for some of these personalities who are basically just trolling on the timeline.
Right, no, exactly.
So what do you think about a caster or a personality making more money than a lot of the guys that they even talk about?
It's definitely interesting. it's funny that conference up because it kind of ties back into why a lot of times those professional athletes are making more than essential workers, or sometimes even doctors. He's bringing in profit. If you bring in a profit, you are entitled to a part of that profit. So the profit that he brings in and the revenue that he brings in, just from his name alone, is well more than what he's going to be making anyways. So it is interesting. I think it's accurate. I don't know how many people will be paid actually like that, but it's definitely interesting.
Yeah.
So,
and something that I was thinking about is the fact that you see a lot of these athletes and they have a really contentious relationship with the media.
Right.
So think of a Russell Westbrook,
Yeah.
Kevin Durant, even an Aaron Rodgers sometimes. These guys, they don't love talking to the media. They they just don't really want to have much to do with it. You can kind of tell that they feel like they're above it. But what this kind of money should tell you is that a lot of the energy around these sports comes from the dialogue, the stories, the off-season stuff, just the narratives that get drummed up by the media.
Exactly.
So there's a market for the media, which is why you drive up business for the actual league.
Absolutely.
The best way to look at that is this money that they're giving Skip Bayless. If they weren't getting the viewership numbers, the attention, he would never be making that kind of money.
Yeah. $8 million a year.
$8 million. And don't get me wrong, the media sucks. Like, think about, so we kind of do our own thing here, but there are podcasts just like us that are way bigger. There are a lot of different people who are in this business, this media business. Yeah. And imagine if we were on ESPN just talking about Coffee Cockburn. You're
right.
Coffee Cockburn. I'm sitting here mispronouncing your name every single week.
Every single time.
You're out there, one of the best big men in college basketball.
Yeah.
That's got to drive you crazy.
Absolutely.
But you need us.
Exactly.
Not us, but people like us with more power.
Exactly. That's a great analogy.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Just to see the whole landscape, the economy basically of sports.
Hot takes.
Yeah.
Let me pull up the timer. 30 seconds on your clock. Ready?
I'm ready.
Go ahead.
This week for my hot take, we didn't talk about them, but the Lakers. My hot take is that Dennis Schroeder is the second most important Laker, above AD. So I'm not saying he's better than AD, but I think he's the second most important Laker, and that is because without AD, but with Dennis Schroeder, the Lakers are 7-1. Without both of those two, they were whatever it was.
1-5 for a while, maybe better now.
So what he does is he provides another ball handler. Anthony Davis is a big man, so he doesn't do that role. It really allows Bron to get off the ball a little bit, do some of the other stuff, save some energy. He's very important to that team, so that's why I think Dennis Schroeder.
Dennis Schroeder. Yeah, I like it. Lakers, obviously, a really well-rounded team, and they have LeBron James. But they have struggled. And I think that's the bigger story is that Dennis Schroeder is, without him, they've struggled a lot more. Yeah. And so it is interesting. It is interesting to see. I think I talked about this a little bit last week. I'll start my timer. The Final Four, we talked about them a little bit this week. I think that the Elite Eight will be Big 12, Big 10, and Baylor, and maybe Alabama. I don't see Gonzaga making it past the Elite Eight. My mom, who is also a college basketball expert, does not see Gonzaga making it past the Sweet 16. It's a hot take because Gonzaga is the number one team in the nation.
Right.
People are like, they have the best players on the best team in the nation. How could they not fly past some of these teams? I think that they are not seasoned for this year especially. Basketball is college basketball. You need to know what you were running into in tournament time. Michigan, Illinois, Ohio State knows exactly what they're going to get because they've faced Michigans, right? Baylor's, or even like Oklahoma's, they've faced Baylor's, right? They know what they're going to get come tournament time. The best teams in the nation are the hottest ones right now. And Gonzaga has faced exceptional talent towards the beginning of the season, but Iowa at the beginning of the season was not Iowa they are now. That's my point. I don't think Gonzaga makes it past the Elite Eight. My mom does not think they make it past the Sweet 16. There you go, Mom. There's your hot take for the week. But yeah, no, Gonzaga does not go as far as we expect them to go in the tournament, and definitely watch out for that, especially with who they'll have in their bracket.
That's interesting.
Yes.
I disagree. I think they will make the Final Four. I think that Mark Few, who is a tremendous coach, he's got what it takes to get those guys to that point. But like you were kind of saying, one, anything can happen. Two, if you get down big, maybe these young guys don't have the same experience as some of the other players. Jerry Butler, by the way, he is a sophomore or a junior?
He's a junior.
So some of these teams, my point is that some of these teams, their best players aren't
Right.
freshmen.
Right.
So that experience gap
Absolutely.
it's significant.
Mhm.
So that's another thing.
And that's a great take. That's why I left that as my hot take, because not necessarily a
That is a
popular
hot
opinion.
take, yeah.
Popular opinion.
Yeah.
I think the way that the bracket works, especially this year without regions, is that if you have a Michigan at a 1 seed, then they are trying to leave 2, 3, 4 not Big Ten teams.
Yeah.
And with the Big 12 and Big 10 being stacked in those top 4 seeds, it's going to be really difficult to do. That's why I think that Gonzaga is going to have a really tough time, because they'll be the only team that is not Big 10 or Big 12 in the top 4, in the top 1 seeds.
Yeah.
Right. So, and we'll see how it unfolds, of course. Yeah, I'm excited for tournament time, bro. It is March.
It is March.
And this is my favorite time of year.
Oh, and guess what?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't start watching basketball until March,
Until
college
March.
basketball.
Yep.
Guess what? I started watching February 27th.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
I have a jump start on you. people.
Exactly. Yeah, facts.
I'm an expert
Facts.
at this point.
Basically, yeah. No, pretty much.
Kansas is making the Final Four, by the way.
Okay.
I picked them to win the tournament every year in every single one of my brackets.
And do they disappoint you often?
Oh, yeah. I've never won a single one of my brackets. They haven't won a championship since, like, 2009 or something like that.
Yeah, 8. Something.
Actually, that's a lie. I either picked them or Michigan to win it.
Okay.
So Michigan's got me closer a few times.
Yeah.
That year that they played Louisville,
In the championship.
I thought we had it because that was the year
Oh,
Kevin
that's-
Ware
that's-
disintegrated his leg, I
Mhm.
think.
And that's the year that they vacated their championship, too. So,
Oh, really?
had they not been cheating, maybe we
Wait, so did they give it to Michigan?
won. No, they just vacated that year.
Okay, so that's a good question. Let's say that they vacate the championship and give it to the second place team. Okay, do they retroactively go back and change who won the brackets? You know, like when you have the bracket pick'em challenge.
No,
They
and
should.
that's why they didn't actually give it to Michigan, because of everything that has happened. Like, a bracket breakdown would have been different.
That's messed up.
Yeah, kind of is.
NCAA is corrupt.
It's been corrupt for a while. We kind of knew this, but anyways, still March time, baby. I love March Madness, NCAA tournament,
Can't wait to
all
get
the
into
above. Yeah, me too.
Hey, good podcast this week.
It's a good podcast this week. It's a good podcast every week.
That's right.
Goals to get better. Goals to be more exciting. Goals to, I don't know.
Blow up.
Yeah, big facts.
So stay tuned for more.
Thank you for watching.
We will see you next week.
Absolutely.